This is Mr. V. Welcome to this video in the series on location on Earth. In this video we're going to cover traveling between time zones. So here's our map of time zones. Our time zones are given up the top. In this video we want to figure out what happens when we travel from one time zone into another. So here's the example we've got. It takes 6.5 hours to fly from Brisbane to Perth. And we want to know, if we take off at 8 AM in Brisbane, at what time will we arrive in Perth? So looking at my map, Brisbane is here, Perth is over here. So Perth is 2 hours behind Brisbane, and Brisbane is 2 hours ahead of Perth. So to figure this out, we want to figure out the arrival time in Perth equals, and we started at 8 AM. This is the start, and we're going to travel for 6.5 hours. Now we also want to factor in the time difference between Brisbane and Perth. Now again, looking at our map, Brisbane is 2 hours ahead of Perth, so Perth is 2 hours behind Brisbane. So what we want to do is we want to take 2 hours, because Perth, where we're arriving, is 2 hours behind Brisbane. Now I can use my calculator here. 8 plus 6.5 minus 2 equals, that is 12.5, so that'll be 12:30 PM in Perth. B is almost identical, except we're traveling the other way. So we want to find the arrival time in Brisbane for this other flight that is traveling exactly the opposite way. Now again, we start at 8 AM, and it still takes us 6.5 hours to fly. So we're still going to add on 6.5 hours. But this time, we're moving up time zones. So we need to add these 2 hours that Brisbane is ahead of Perth. So we're going to add 2 hours. Now 8 plus 6.5 plus 2, I'll grab my calculator, 8 plus 6.5 plus 2, that is 16:30 in Army time, which is equal to 4:30 PM in our standard time. So we would be arriving at 4:30 PM in Brisbane.